Something is speaking to us from the darkness. It is a voice without sound, a message without words. This whisper traveled across an ocean of space so vast, our minds can barely grasp the distance. It arrived on a dying breath, carried by a messenger we thought was just a silent wanderer of the cosmos. The messenger was a comet, designated 3I Atlas. We watched it, we studied it, just as it began to die, it delivered a final chilling communication. A warning. This single event has forced us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe. To understand the message, we must first understand the messenger. 3I Atlas was not just any comet. 3I in its name meant the third interstellar object to pass through our solar system. The first, Oumuamua, a cigar-shaped enigma. The second, 2I/Borisov, more like familiar comets. The third, 3I/Atlas, different. Discovered by Atlas, Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System. Initially a faint smudge on a telescope image. As it drew toward the sun, it brightened rapidly. It promised to be a once-in-a-generation spectacle. Observatories worldwide trained on it. Comets are time capsules, frozen relics from a star system's birth. The date was May 31st, 2025. At the Very Large Array in New Mexico, a team of radio astronomers was conducting a final, routine observation of the fading remnants of 3Y Atlas. Their goal was to measure the radio frequencies of hydroxyl molecules. Water ice sublimating from a comet produces those signals. The data was streaming in, a gentle, predictable hiss of cosmic background noise. Beneath it, a faint signature of water vapor. The night was quiet, the control room was calm, almost somber. It felt like a funeral for a star. Then, at precisely 0 hours, 4 minutes and 17 seconds UTC, the monitors lit up. Alarms, silent for years, began to blare. An instantaneous spike saturated the receivers, sharp, clear, utterly artificial, a structured burst of information repeating in a complex, deliberate sequence. Astronomers stared, hearts pounding. They knew they were witnessing history. The transmission lasted exactly 9 minutes and 52 seconds. The signal was not in any language we could understand. It was not audio or video. It was a stream of pure data, a complex pulse of polarized radio waves. But it had a clear mathematical structure. Scientists from SETI, NASA, and other international agencies, they started with the basics, recognizing patterns that are universal: mathematics, physics. The signal began with a sequence of prime numbers, a classic hello that intelligence would recognize. It was the cosmic equivalent of a calling card, a way of saying, "We are not a natural phenomenon." This was the easy part. The news could not be contained. Leaks from the International Task Force trickled out, and then, honestly, it just became a flood. At first, the public reaction was one of confusion and disbelief. Headlines screamed across every screen on the planet. Message from Space Comet. Sent a warning, are we in danger? The initial response was skepticism. It had to be a hoax, a misinterpretation, or maybe just some kind of publicity stunt. And so, the scientific community provided it. What was the true intent behind the message? This question honestly ignited a firestorm of debate among experts. One school of thought, the benevolent observers theory. It proposes the senders are an advanced ancient civilization, galactic guardians. They see nascent technological species like ours at a critical and dangerous stage. We have discovered nuclear power, and are on the cusp of interstellar travel. A more cynical interpretation, known as the Zoo hypothesis, suggests something less flattering. In this view, our section of the galaxy is a preserve, a cosmic wildlife park. The quarantine isn't for our protection, but for the protection of others from us. Then there is the darkest possibility, the Great Filter theory. The barren planet shown in the transmission might not just be a warning, it might be the most common outcome for species like us. The idea of a galactic quarantine has reshaped our entire understanding of the Fermi paradox. The question of why, in such a vast universe, we have never seen signs of intelligent life. The answer might be that we are deliberately isolated. The message from 3I/Atlas suggests that the silence in the cosmos is not an absence of life, but a policy. Perhaps mature civilizations have learned that emergent technological species are inherently unstable. Aggressive expansion, resource depletion, self-destruction. The quarantine serves as a buffer. It contains the fire of a young civilization until it either burns out or learns to control itself. The probe seems to have been dormant, hidden within the comet. It is not an iron wall but a tripwire. The last whisper of 3I/Atlas has left us with a profound and unsettling legacy. It answered our oldest question, are we alone, with a complex and challenging no. But it has left us with a much more urgent question, what do we do now? This is not a question for scientists or politicians alone. It is a question for every single person on this planet. The warning was delivered to Earth to all of humanity. Our first choice is unity over division. Our second choice is wisdom. The message suggests that this is the only path forward. In the end, the story of 3I/Atlas is a story of hope. It is a terrifying hope, but hope nonetheless. The warning implies that failure is not inevitable. A better future is possible, a future where a civilization can live in harmony with its planet and earn its place in the galactic community. The choice is ours. We can be the barren, lifeless world in the warning, or we can be the thriving, stable biosphere. The stars are watching, what will we show them?